All right, everybody. There's a little more than a minute left in this one, and we've known what was going to be the ultimate winner and loser of this one for quite some time now. Now we know the final score, unless Penn State's feeling really mean here, I guess. But either way, that was kind of what I thought we were going to get, admittedly. Oh, and Penn State really does feel mean. Yeah, they're probably tacking another touchdown on here. Big 80-yard run. Okay, we'll see what happens. But either way, it doesn't matter at all. That was kind of what I was expecting. Obviously, I wasn't expecting to win. I wasn't expecting the game to be that close. But, at the same time, we're talking about a 14-point spread here. I don't know if getting beat like that, where it's 28-0 at halftime, and Penn State literally has scored the ball every time they've gotten it. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know if I'm down with that. I don't know if I can just brush that off as no big deal. So, even in a game like this, where I went in with the lowest of expectations possible, had no anticipation of a win, I still got to be, I don't know, a little bit bothered by this because it was such a whipping. Now, I'll say a couple things. This game was all about Penn State converting on third down. Washington would get Penn State's offense into third down over and over and over again, even in some favorable third down situations, and over again, they just couldn't get off the field. They would they would get into those favorable situations and then just not be able to tackle, not be able to get pressure, not be able to cover. And because of that, Penn State was basically always finding the end zone every time they got the ball. We got what, the one fumble from Warren, who killed us, by the way, even with the fumble. And other than that, it felt like whenever Penn State got the ball, they went down and put it in the end zone. And if they don't hear, it's because they literally ran out of time. And they will run out of time, so we're not going to give up 42 this week. We're just going to give up the 35. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, I had zero anticipation of a win, and it was kind of nice to know the game was over after, like, the first 20 minutes. But it's not like the talent discrepancy's that big. So, again, I kind of feel like you still lose if you show up, but you're still obligated to show up, aren't you? As a college football player? Kind of feels like we didn't even show up on that level, and I had very low expectations, so I don't know. Feels kind of goofy to say that, oh, I thought we were going to get beat by a lot, but that a lot is too a lot for me, so now I have to make a big thing out of this. But yeah, defensively just couldn't make the plays on third down, which is probably better than just getting destroyed by big plays or giving up 20-yard runs on every play. You'd rather have a defense that at least gives you a chance on third down, and then, well, unfortunately, they can't get it done there at the end. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. Offense, it just doesn't feel. It just feels like a difference between our offensive line and that defensive line, man. Whenever they wanted it, they could go get big pressure. And Will Rogers and Devin Williams alike, man, they both had many plays in this game where immediately there were three guys right up on them, and they have no chance whatsoever. And they're three guys that were initially blocked, and then the blocker just got whipped. So there's not much you can do there. I know that Devin Williams got to play the entire second half, which was cool, and he did make a few nice plays. You can also see the areas where he's not Rodgers, and at this point, even though I know we can still make a bowl game, you do have to wonder if maybe going to Devin Williams full-time would be the move, not just for the long term, maybe it's the move for now. I don't think Rodgers played a terrible game or anything. He threw one really bad interception into triple coverage, but I am starting to wonder if maybe you just roll with Williams. He's got the mobility, he's got the speed, he's got the escapability, and maybe that will make up for his obvious deficiencies in other areas. I don't know. But at this point, I'm pretty much open to it. I do want to make that bowl game, so I do want to take care of UCLA when we play them. But I'm going to be open to the idea of just making a permanent quarterback change. All right, so I don't really have too much to say other than that. We just got whipped. The main reason why the score wasn't more lopsided than this was honestly probably just because of the Tyler Warren fumble, which, hey, also let me get this out of the way too. Carson Bruner, that's a guy who is probably in culture shock right now because last year this team won almost every game they played, and there was a lot of stuff to fuel your tank, and now he's got nothing, but he's still out there grinding and playing really good football. He had the forced fumble today. He had several great plays last week. That guy's had a really good season, and I want to give credit to him because this must be very discouraging, but he's still giving everything he has for this team. But other than that, there's really not much to say. Coleman played well, I guess. Boston had some nice catches, but unfortunately, whenever Penn State wanted to whip our offensive line, it felt like they could. And we just ultimately didn't really have an answer for that. So I'm going to get on out of here. I'm not going to let this one get me down. I'm going to let this team have a little bit of a reprieve until we play UCLA. Because I get it. You're not on the level of Penn State. You're not on the level of Oregon. Those teams should whip you, and they are going to whip you. And I'm down with that. I'm a realist. I'm real with myself. I try to keep it as real as I possibly can. Maybe a little bit of a bent towards an optimist, but I would say that you got to know what you're getting into in games like this. So, not upset. I thought that as a defense, we did an okay job tackling. And again, if you're forcing the team into third down over and over and over again, you're doing something right. But it was frustrating because obviously the problem with this Penn State team is they don't have a great quarterback. It felt like he was making some great throws in this game. I will say that. I felt like he made some really good throws in this game. Obviously, he's still not he's not even their playing starter, right? So I do acknowledge that it is frustrating to know that that team was able to drive down for 4 straight touchdowns on you to start the game. When that's not the strength of their team, they're good because of their defense more than anything. Yeah, okay, I got a little bit of a beef with that, but I'm not gonna act like that's gonna lift me to anger when I totally understood what this game was before it got started. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. Like I said, gonna be on Twitch later tonight, but yeah, we're just not on their level right now, and I guess that's okay, but I won't be okay for very long. And Jedfish, I don't think anybody's changed their mind on Jedfish yet. If you liked him coming in, you still probably are okay with him at least. And if you didn't like him coming in, you probably still aren't really getting it. So that's what I'll say about that. Things are pretty neutral, and you're not doing much to move it your way or the other way. Like, he's overmatched in a game like this. I get it. All right. I'll see you guys later on. Bow down to Washington. But you're running out of margin for error if you want to get that bonus 13th game. All right. See ya.